Hello and welcome back to Touchline Football Explained. We are back with the business end of Euro. This is the big final, England versus Italy. It's coming home or it's going to Rome. We will see in another 1 or 1.5 hours. And we are with our pre-match show. We have our special guest, or not the special guest. You have those daily faces. So thank you all for giving us that much of a support. We have started on the final of UEFA Champions League. But then again, we have gone to a long journey and we have covered almost all the big matches during this Euro. So thank you for all for your support. We have a big announcement to do today. Please, I would like to do our host. I'd like to call our host to go through that screen. Please, Abhishek, show that screen to our supporters. That's it. So touchline has been extended and we are continuing in the next season as well. Thank you for all your support. I mean, yes, we have not reached that much what we have expected, but still, thank you for your loyal support. Whatever you are doing, it's football is all about fans, and thank you for all your support. So, without further ado, I would like to hand over the show to the original host. Abhishek, please take over from here.
Thank you for the brilliant introduction here. You know, it's good to see that the touchline has been extended, and it's a show that I really like, and
Yeah, it happened.
for the fans as well. For the fans as well, this is the part of the show, and yeah, for the fans
Absolutely.
as well, and for all the followers here. It has been a journey. It has been a brilliant journey from the start when things we didn't know how things were rolling, and now we have a solid foundation on how we run things and how this analytical part and the fun that we have during the show it actually gelled up with a lot of and got us a lot of loyal viewers as well who tune in daily almost to watch us. So I'm really privileged to have such a uh, viewer base, and yeah, I'm really thrilled to even imagine what we can do when it comes to club football.
Absolutely.
So I'll just continue with this show now, and of course we can't start the final analysis of this show if we don't talk about the Copa final. It's Messi who finally won an international trophy, and I'm really happy that both of the greatest of all times, have actually won an international trophy, and the level of hard work that Messi did, and the zeal and the passion that the Argentine side has shown in this particular tournament is it's commendable. So we have two Argentina fans right here, so I'll just go and give it to you, just go crazy. How do you feel about this one?
Oh man, what a feeling! I mean, I've been supporting Argentina since 2002 as a kid, but never felt like this. Never, never. I mean, it's probably the best Sunday of my life. It's a surreal feeling. I mean, I can't express how much I have angered. I mean, how much I have felt when we lost those three finals back to back, and I can also can't imagine. I mean, how we have been through that journey, that that sadness of ocean of sadness. I mean, and today's morning when Di Maria scored that goal, I was jumping. The way I have expressed, oh my God, some of my neighbors can also say that. So apart from that, when the final whistle was blown, that's the best feeling in the world. I feel. Apart from seeing Manchester United lifting the UEFA Champions League in 2008, this is probably the best thing happened to me as a fan.
Nilo, I'll just how was your day? How was your morning, to be honest? You said you were going to binge on series until the match starts. So how did the
Yeah,
plan pan out?
I probably slept for 1.5 hour before the match, and then I woke up at 5. And since then, I haven't slept actually. Like I couldn't sleep. I feel so excited. Like I feel so happy, and I can't describe it. I can't put it into words. How I've been feeling too much, like too pumped like on adrenaline. So like it's been a great feeling, and I it is something like I think both you and Dotto would relate as German fans. Like winning, watching your club win a trophy. Like, it can happen every season, but uh, watching your favorite national team win something, it's it's on a different level, right? So it's indescribable, and I feel very happy. So uh, and on a different note, if I there have been people that have uh, even ridiculed Argentina for a long time, and even after this match,
Yeah,
they have said how the
referees
team
and all,
didn't, yeah, like they have said how the team didn't deserve to win and stuff like that.
that's
So
pointless.
uh, if I may, I would like
Yeah,
to
if you want to
present.
thrash them, just go ahead. This is a platform.
No, just
Go
I want
bonkers.
to show something, show a stat to prove that
All right,
Argentina, like, why they deserved to
all
win
right.
today. Yeah,
You're going to share your screen, right?
yeah, just for a moment.
Yeah, yeah, no issues.
Yeah, so
And
no,
one
I
thing,
was actually kidding, and it's not a stat; it's just a fact that I wanted to share with everyone that things Argentina didn't deserve to win today. So here it is. It is, and I guess we can just go back to the show now.
All right, all right. Uh, that was a good one. That's definitely a good one. Before we go into the show and talk about this particular final, and I would like to warn every one of the viewers that in this show we are looking forward to having some fun because this is the last show of the season, and of course this is the first season as well, but we didn't think that it would be such a good one that also we'll enjoy so much. So we'll try to have as much as fun as possible. And also in the comment section, I think this guy is one of the happiest guys today. Feast
oh
Uchiha.
man, oh man, oh man. I have just met him today, and he was
Yeah, even
also
I met him
also
in
in
the
a different
morning.
mood. He was
I
also in a
missed a
different
treat
mood.
from both of them because of my
I
eyes.
missed a
Have
treat
it.
from I missed a treat from every one of those Argentine fans, and I'm
No,
going to take it.
I have also told you that I will give you a pinch of a beer. So
Next Saturday, I'm
it's from
getting a
me.
treat from Nandi and PST. I don't know.
All right,
I don't know you.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
I need a
I'll be
treat. I
there.
need a beer from Dimple Plaza.
All right, and to answer this particular question, who is behind Abhishek? So I'm in my friend's place today. We are going to watch the final together, and these are basically a bunch of degenerates just sitting right here behind beside me. So I really can't show them because I can't move the camera. But yeah, this is the setup that I'm in today, and they are going to try their best to ruin the show to some extent. But let's see what happens.
And
Uh,
that's been the USP of this show, man.
and that is the
There are
USP.
raw language. There are no barrier
Yes.
of what we are saying, and
Yeah.
there are no background, no perfect background. It seems so. That's what the
Yeah.
beauty of this show, and that's what I guess people have liked it.
Yeah, and the background is from Somalia here. There was a blast right here, so something just went through a UFO or something like that. Pistuccia says Touchline should continue throughout the season. We all were waiting for this announcement. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
all the support, and hopefully we'll keep up and be even better in the coming season.
absolutely, and
Akash
please support
Biswas,
in every page or every Facebook group or every WhatsApp group as soon
yes,
as
please
possible.
spread it. Please spread it. All right. Akash Biswas says Touchline has been awesome throughout. Thanks for the announcement and a big applause for all of you, Niloy, Arijit, Shan, Shomoda, Prakhar, and Avishek. As always, great job, guys. Great job. Thanks a lot. And yeah, so definitely means a lot to us. Sadly, we don't have Shomoda or Prakhar today available with us. We would love to have them today as well. But of course, as the season pans out, we'll definitely see them, see those faces. Uh, Next, Akash Biswas. Special thanks to Feasty Uchiha, aka Bodhisattva. His predictions were full of fun, adding more energy to the show. Of course, whenever we predicted something, we were like, okay, this is definitely not happening. And most of the time, it turned out to be true. So that's also something that this show has been special for. And as I say always, it's not just us who are in the panel who actually consists of the show. It's the viewers, it's the comment section, which make up the whole structure of this particular show. So kudos to every one of you. I think the lineups are out, so I'll just go and have a check on the lineup. Meanwhile, it's I think it's Kunal who's saying, just a minute, guys. I'll just put up the, yeah. Kunal saying Argentina, vamo, vamo. Yeah, even this is everywhere. This is everywhere.
Absolutely.
Uh, so next,
Whenever I was going through my Facebook or WhatsApp, I was checking my WhatsApp status. I was going through Instagram. Everywhere it was Vamos, Vamos, Argentina. I mean, it was
Like
all
Argentina
white and
fans,
blue.
but I haven't seen an Argentina fan truly appreciating Neil Maupay. He's a legend.
Yeah, of course. Because of him, we got that gem of Emi Martinez. So absolutely, thanks to him for enduring the likes of Leno.
absolutely. Next comment would be uh, from Zian Sarkar. He says hashtag BWL and hashtag JLM. Uh, Probably the viewers don't know the meaning of
I
it.
think he's sitting just beside you, like
He's,
Absolutely,
behind
I
you.
he's
was
just
about to
sitting
say
right
that.
I
here.
think
I
I,
was
He's
about
sitting
to
just
say
saw
that.
him.
right here.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him. I was about to say that.
So he's just sitting
That's
right here,
fun.
and it's the MTV part of the show, not the Pogo part of the show. So if, I really can't say the full form right here. By the way, Akash Biswa is saying, and one more thing before you start. All right, so he's celebrating in the comment section as well.
Campeones,
All right,
campeones.
ole ole ole. You can do this, man. This is like, just like home, no problem at all. Uh, all right, so next comment. All right, so this guy is actually spamming XX God Argentina Vamo Argentina
Kunal.
Vamo. He just copied it and he's continuing to paste it. Zian Sarkar says hashtag KFC chicken bucket. That's my dinner. XX
Okay.
Godspeed again. Zian Sarkar Vamo Sigma. Hey Dena. Let the situation be normal. Party incoming. All right, absolutely. Uh,
That's a promise.
yeah, absolutely. Harsh Madhu says BWL. Uh, all right, guys. Let's move on to the match, and we'll come back to the comment section pretty
Yes.
quickly.
Yes.
The comment section has been the USP of this particular show, as we always say. And let's head down to this particular match. What are your thoughts about England versus Italy? And then I'll be bringing up the lineups. Just give us your thoughts.
Like to hear that from a German fan.
What
Or
can I say? Like it's the most obvious. The final is the most anticipated match, but I think England did a surprise here by fielding three back. It's something different. I the likes of like Southgate. I've known Southgate for not taking risks, always playing the safe thing, safe lineup. So after the tried and tested lineup, which won him semis and quarter, changing the tactics, I don't know what will happen. Let's see. Something different we'll see today from the English side.
Niloy, you're supporting England, Italy in this particular tournament. So what are your thoughts for this particular game?
Yeah, like it's the game we have all been waiting for since the first match between Austria and Italy.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't think many people had thought that Italy would reach finals or they would be favorites. They were sort of like a long shot, a dark horse, but they have reached, and neither England was expected to reach finals. I think, like many people were saying, yeah, they have got a great team, but we don't have much expectations with Southgate, and people were sort of expecting France, Portugal, teams like that, maybe Belgium, but England has done it, and both. So kudos to both the coaches, Mancini and Southgate, have done a great job. And like before we get into dissecting of all the tactics, I just want to show my appreciation for both these coaches. They have done a fabulous job.
Absolutely. Let's dig into the lineups here. But before the lineup, I was forgetting this thing. Uh, Nandi, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, of course. I mean, first of all, I would like to say that this has been a great Euro to watch as from a neutral point of view. Every team have played their part quite well. Even if the smaller teams, the likes of Slovakia, are also surprised. I mean, although they have been thrashed out of the first round, but First two matches they played well. The likes of Sweden, they were good. Denmark came through a long way without after losing their talisman. Switzerland were fantastic throughout the tournament. France got out early. So this has been some of the highlights of the tournament, which I liked, and this has been one of my favorites Euro, which I have already said in the past few editions of the show. So the thing is, if this is the most anticipated match of the season, when the Euro started, yes, I have some expectation from this English team because this breed of English team is different from what we have seen from the last or the past generations because their team bonding is really really good. That's what I like about this team. And yes, throughout the season or throughout the tournament has progressed, I have been surprised with the tactical stability of Mr. Gareth Southgate. I mean, oh my God, he is good. He can change those tactics according to the match situations, and he has done that. He was getting trolled for first few matches, but yes, that his pragmatic approach have brought him to wherever England is today and playing the final. So I'm hoping for a great match and hope in the end my team wins. I guess you are muted to Abhishek.
Yeah, I think we'll all give our opinions on this particular match as the show goes on. So let's dig into the lineups. So this is how the English side or the home team. There's no home team in general, but anyway, it's being played in England's grass. So
Like
this is
it
how
can be said that England is a home team. I think they play 7 out of 8 matches in their home, so it can be said they are the
six
home
out
team.
of seven, I guess. 6 out of 7, I
But
guess.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
but yeah.
only one the match they haven't played in home. So,
So a
but the
back three
lineup
for
is,
England.
yeah. What can I say? Something new, unlike Southgate. But let's see. It could be a ultra defensive formation also. Like three at the back, making two screens, making lines in, so that the Italians can't penetrate it. And always there are people in back for this, which Italy are very good in doing. That's swift counter attacks to stop that. I think that's the tactic here.
Let's move to the Italian lineup. The Azzuri is going to line up like this. Not surprising. It's almost
The same.
similar.
It's the
Same
same
Yeah,
like
lineup.
the
yeah.
semi-finals. No
So
changes there.
so pretty much the same for the Azzurri and something odd from Gareth Southgate playing a three-man back. So let's head down to your thoughts on the game. What are the strong points of uh, England in this particular matchup? Because they have conceded.
Absolutely. So I would like to share my screen. I guess my
Yeah,
screen has already been shared. Can you
yes,
please
I'll
display
just
that on the screen?
absolutely.
Yeah. So this is something like England is starting. We have already seen this defensive version of England against Germany when they opted for a three at the back. Or rather, in the defensive transition, it was five at the back. So the main reason of this particular formation was to nullify the wing backs. I mean, suppose it is a German lineup, so they were easily coping up with the fullbacks of Germany. So that's what the purpose of the three at the back was. And in this particular fixture, this will also help England. Both these fullbacks will have an edge over the fullbacks of Italy because Italy already have lost the likes of Spinazzola, who has been instrumental in this tournament and who has been in phenomenal form. Losing him at such a particular time just before the semi-final was a big shock for Italy. Still, they have gone through somehow. I mean, of course, they plays well. So this will be the area where England would like to shut their wing options, and this will give them a stability at the back as well. I feel, the likes of Walker, Stones, and Maguire, three of them have been solid, and especially this man. Oh my God, this man has been absolutely phenomenal. He was everywhere. He was winning the headed balls. He was running rears to against the opposition
Best
striker.
defender of this Euro.
Yes, thank you for your commitment. I mean, thank you for your comment. I just like it. I mean, coming from a Chelsea fan, it's a big honor. So the thing is, Maguire has also scored a goal, if I'm not wrong. So he will also give them a stability while the opposition counter attacks or the opposition corners. So the thing is, it's one thing I think Italy will have an advantage is because they are playing with a two-man midfield. They have coped up when they played against Germany. When German played them against 3 versus 2, these two have coped up pretty well. They were having some 1-2 passes in short ranges, and also this man particularly was excellently going through the presses of German defense or German midfield. So I expect him to do the same today. And in the midfield transition, I also feel that Mount will also come back to make it sometimes to make it a 4-3-3. Sorry, 3-4-3 or something like that. And Starling will move up to make it some kind of an asymmetrical 3-5-2. Of course, his movement area will be this, but as we have seen that Starling has also, as the tournament progresses, he has also changed the flanks with his fellow wing backs or wingers. So if you remember that Starling has won a penalty from this particular area or the right side area, from the area especially which it starts
Was that a
from the
penalty?
opposite area. That's a big debate. We can
We'll
come
talk
back to
about it
later.
about it
Yes,
later.
that can come up to later. So the thing is, and this man, if you can't talk about Luke Shaw in this particular
No,
tournament,
of
that's a
course.
big lie.
Hmm.
I would like to
Agreed.
see how he progresses the ball. You know, they will have a bit of a defensive stability as they are playing with three at the back. So I really feel that Shaw will be in higher up the pitch. Even if he loses position, he will have a lot of other defenders. I mean, Maguire can easily shut those areas, and even if he gets outnumbered, then the likes of Rice can help him. So I don't feel the midfielders will be higher up of the pitch. They will mostly cover the areas which the fullbacks will leave, so that the Italy could not do much. And Mount's game will be crucial because he tucks into those half spaces often, and I like his movement a lot. He's brilliant. He's intelligent. He can play into those half spaces. He can have a control of this zone 14 area. So this guy can also be instrumental, and I would like to say how England adopts when Italy presses them at the head of the pitch. They can actually uh, move out the likes of Kane, and if Pickford can use his long balls and use Kane's body or physical ability to get through those balls, so he can easily tuck in those balls into the wide spaces, so which can be explored by the likes of Raheem Sterling or maybe Mason Mount, and then he can come back and have a goal. So this is a
Yeah,
basic thing I would like to say. So yes, there will be a lot of permutation combinations during the match, and you can see that the tactics can also get changed as per the situation goes. As I already said, that Gareth Southgate has been flexible with his tactics, so I hope this works a lot. And I'm not surprised. I was thinking about the tactics today. I was not surprised. I was thinking that he can go for a three at the back because sometimes Italy comes up with the likes of they already have a three at the front. So to counter that, they can easily opt that. So that's why I feel he has not done much wrong. I mean, talking about Gareth Southgate. So
yeah,
let's see what happens in this big final.
absolutely.
Uh,
It's going to be an interesting, very interesting matchup, and uh, Gareth Southgate has been brilliant till now. Even though I was skeptical in the beginning that hey, Gareth Southgate not going to
Everybody
win,
was,
but
everybody
yeah.
was
So now it looks like he
that
can't be
mastermind.
much closer to finally winning a Euro and taking it home.
And
But
actually, he can get an MB on Monday or Tuesday if he does that. I mean, I would not
really,
be surprised if he gets some MB. I mean, yeah, England has always appreciated their athletes a lot. So
yeah, that
uh,
too.
this is going to be their one of the greatest feats of their footballing or entire sports history. So why not giving an MB to him?
I mean, there have
Uh,
like already been rumors about some players and even Gareth Southgate getting knighthood. So it might
Absolutely.
happen. There have been rumors.
Kane maybe, I don't know.
Sir
But
Harry
yeah,
Kane.
Sir Harry Kane. All right. So before we head into the Italian dynamics, which Nira will show, I'll just go through a couple of comments. The comment section is bursting up. Uh, Shovik Zlatan Mitra says it's coming home. All right. So
Yeah, I
we
mean,
have a English
if
fan
it's
here.
another jinx, then I can't say. I mean, I have already taken a dig at him in the morning for doing
Right.
that the entire time from yesterday or for one entire week since Argentina went on to the final. So if it's not another jinx, then I'm in. Thank you, buddy.
Here,
I don't think it's a jinx because he doesn't have any reason to support Italy, but he has some reasons to support England.
Support. Yes, I feel so.
next comment is Zian Sarkar says bhai pani dilana. All right, I'll just ignore that. XX47 says Niloda was so calm, but as soon as he heard Argentina Vamo, he had this big smile. Of course, he's a Argentina fan. He finally his favorite national team and his favorite, probably his favorite player. I'm not so sure. He finally won an international trophy. Everybody should be happy. Of course, we should be smiling right now. Uh, But yeah, Kanak Kar says, "What's your thought about the rubbish did by England friends on semis?" After this, after we show the Italian dynamics, we'll have a dig at it. So just wait. We'll do a lot of things with that. Have a lot of things to say personally. Shomadev Sarkar, one of our panelists, saying, "Good to see three back from England. It is feeling a positive approach to hold Italians in the inner channels, hopefully making 3v1 on the sides and move the ball from the other side." He's not here, but he's still giving us proper analysis.
Yeah, just ask
That's
him where is he now. I mean, where is he drinking?
okay. So he's partying. All right, too much booze. Italy obviously is a great team in the midfield. So another great outing from Rice Phillips needed to bring out the match. Is he a English fan?
No, he's a France fan.
He's a France fan.
He's an elitist. A
Elitist. All
Zizou,
right.
Zizou fan. Zizou.
All right, last comment before we head to Italy. Missing out Spinazzola will be crucial, but if this team goes defensive, then England will find it tough to break. Let's hope Mount will be on top of his creativity. Yes, I think each and every player has to be on top of their form today if they want to
Absolutely.
win.
This is
It's
final.
same on both sides.
Whenever
So
Mount plays, all the creativity comes from this. For England, I have seen that most of the creativity passes and crosses comes from Mount only. So
yeah.
he'll be the most crucial player attacking wise for England and breaking the defensive line like the height of Chiellini and Bonucci. Speaking of heights and aerial duel, oh my God, Maguire I think have won all the aerial duels.
So United fan praising Mount, and that made you feel good, it seems. And I think Niloy would agree with it. But then, Niloy, let's head to the Italian lineup and let's see how they're moving about in this game.
Yeah, so I would be sharing my screen now. Yeah. Okay, was my screen already shared? I don't
No,
know.
you can start the thing again, the tactical board again, and I'll put it up.
Yeah. So
Wait, it's not shared. One second, it's here. Yeah, I'll just
yeah,
pull it up now. Yeah,
yeah.
it's on.
Is it visible?
Yes, visible. Yeah, go
Absolutely.
ahead.
Yeah. So like Mamita already explained England's part, I would just like to again add that going with a three back is obviously a very intelligent approach because the thing about three backs is it's very versatile. You can instantly switch from attacking to defensive in three backs, and it's got its own flexibility in that way. So, but Italy haven't given us much to write home about or think about because Mancini has stuck with the same lineup he went in against England. So if we like look about how the players are going to position themselves or how they are going to approach the match, obviously we have got two stalwarts in defense in Bonucci and Chiellini. So like
Rock solid.
rock solid. And like I mentioned last day, these two are probably one of the best centre back pairings in world football for almost over a decade now. And it just goes to show that how good they've been, that even now they are starting together in an Euro final, uh, like combined 70 years of age between them. So great partnership.
70.
And on the either side they have got Emerson and D Lorenzo. uh, like it was said in the comments, missing Spinazzola would be a bit problematic. I would say in mainly in terms of creativity as well, because
Hmm.
Spinazzola was a good option going down this flank, and he was the one that let Insigne move in field and wreak havoc in these zone 14 areas. So what we saw against Spain was Insigne wasn't very effective, because mostly there wasn't a player that could overlap and give Insigne the freedom to move in field. Emerson, either by his own will or by the coach's instructions, didn't move up that high, because maybe because he's shit at tracking back, so he didn't move very far up. He was loitering around this zone. He was obviously providing a passing option for the midfield, but he didn't get too adventurous. And on the other hand, this was compensated by Barella, because we saw the last day how Di Lorenzo was making inverted runs. Di Lorenzo was making these runs inverted over here, and accompanied with Jorginho and Verratti in midfield, obviously, and like it gave Barella the chance to move upfield. And like we saw last day against Spain, that they were playing very closely. Barella and Chiesa, both key players for Italy in attack. Now that Spinazzola is absent, so these two men, instead of breaking opponents from the left flank, Italy now have chosen to shift that to their right, and from the left, it's more about being in the right place at the right time and getting on end of the chances. From like Immobile hasn't been that good. Hopefully, he picks up his form soon. But Insigne has been good. Insigne, even though he might not get goals in every game, he keeps taking those shots, and I think it's important to take like keep taking those shots. And one day or other, like one time or other, they are going to end up at the back of the net. So a lot rides upon, as I said, obviously on the right flank between Barella and Chiesa, and obviously they would be pitting up against England's most informed side, if we might say, because this side has got Maguire in centre back and Shaw as a fullback. And even though Sterling might not help a lot in this area in defensively, but he might be useful, to pin Barella back. Like
Yeah, it
Barella
tends
might,
to go on the left hand side of the field.
yeah. Uh, so this is why, like Sterling, Sterling uh, might end up being problematic, and Barella might have to again track back and uh, help Di Lorenzo out. But if it's it's, I think, most probably gonna be a 2v2 versus Shaw and Maguire. Both of them have been very like in great run of form this season in Euro, and this side I think is going to be the most interesting battle of the match, because even England are going to attack more down the left. They have got Mount here, so he would be the option that plays between the lines, takes these passes from here, and tries to switch play, tries to play these balls down this flank, down their left flank, and for sure to pick those up and cross it in. So very interesting dynamic, and I think this is the area of the pitch, this flank, that is going to give us more of the action. But I think this has been a trend by now. Looking at the past few matches, if we consider the finals and the quarterfinals and the semi-finals, I think this match, like we should not hope much about the outcome, but it's going to be a pragmatic approach from both the teams. But then again, we might see something surprising once an early goal is scored.
So, do you think Emerson's side might be the loose end of the Italian structure?
It
Obviously, like
might be,
he's
but
yeah,
yeah, like it might be a loosen, but I would have I personally would have expected Sancho to be playing on that flank, but if we look at personal, if we look at the England team personal wise, it's Trippier in place of Sancho, and the team has just the team has kept their positional structure the same in terms of players that are fielded, and only a player in place of even last day Mount, Sterling, and Kane were the main attacking trident, and they were the main attacking trio, and Sancho was an option out wide, and he wasn't that good. So Trippier has just been added as a more of a defensive reinforcement down the right. So let's see what happens, but not very lethal down the right. I think England's
Yeah.
main attacks would be coming down the left.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, just
Sterling.
look at, if you go through Italy's game, you can see that Italy's back four is not a back four most of the times. It's a back three. The likes of when Spinazzola was playing, Spinazzola was the man who was going up and down from the left flank, but Di Lorenzo most of the time tucks into inside channels and making it a three at the back. So his flank is not that much of an active in terms of the attacking threats. So Shaw will get a lot of advance area. I mean, he will get a lot of spaces to get into those advanced areas, but that might lead to Chiesa getting into those channels. But then again, as they are playing three at the back, so they will have number for number for each of the players. So three versus three, so they are not being outnumbered that in that way, that particular way. So till the time if the defense can hold them up for three at the back, so they can have the reinforcements back and making it a five, or the midfielders coming back. So this will be a compact performance from England, if and their defense has already been the neatest defense of Euro 2021. They have not yet considered a goal from open play. They have
Yeah.
just considered the goal last day. That was a thunderous one, wonderful free kick, the only free kick that has been scored in this Euro.
Yeah.
So still they have to concede from an open play, and that's why their defense has been so solid, and that's the foundation they have done this tournament. So I still feel that, as Nila already mentioned, that I also have the same view that the left side of England will be much higher up, and the right side of England will have a bit of a defensive shape, because the likes of Insigne and Emerson both have an attacking instinct. So that side will be, I mean, that side will be coped up by the likes of Walker and Trippier.
And so I would like to add so that this side might be like one side of England attacking that particular side of Italy as well. So we're going to see a lot of battle creativity on that side, but a more of defensive or a structural approach on the other side, if I'm not wrong.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right. Uh, let's head down to the comments. I saw an
So
interesting
I think
comment.
Doctor was
Yeah.
going to say something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
No,
he
Yes.
no,
was saying
I
something.
was saying what the thing that Nilo said. I was going to say that only about Emerson.
All right.
Okay,
Uh,
Chelsea fanatism.
let's take a few comments here. Let's start with this. I'd love if Shahan starts with this.
I think he's saying that the rubbish thing that the English fans did. Uh, English fans like putting laser light on Schmeichel's eyes. What can I say? English fans are always the notorious ones. I think they are one of the most. What can I say? One of the worst fan bases in national team. They are really toxic and always obviously, and the toxicity is always fueled by English media. We have seen that many times. Like in 2012-13, JC Lingard was being compared with coined as next Andres Iniesta. So these are the things that English media does to fuel the toxicity of English fans.
This happened.
And
Yeah, this happened.
This actually happened.
All right.
and also there are a news coming from Wembley that 10,000 English fans have tried to sneak into the Wembley Stadium. So there might be a delay at the kickoff.
All right. So we might face some delay as well today. And
Yeah.
just one thing. Did the Copa final dwarf the Euro final?
Yeah, we have already mentioned that yesterday. I mean, however the game quality is, however the quality of the whole tournament was, uh, the Super Classico is always special. The best international rivalry in terms of history, trophies, legends, footballing
Absolutely.
legends, and everything. So, of course, already the Copa final has taken the limelight of Europe, and once I mean Argentina leave the trophy, there was all about Argentina, Argentina, Argentina
Yeah, it's
throughout
going to
the
go
social
on
media.
for a couple of
Absolutely,
more
throughout the
days.
social,
Yeah.
absolutely, and there was not much of a talk about the Euro final that's gonna
Yeah.
happen. So I feel that I can agree with your comment 100%.
Uh, Oishish Mukherjee says Vamos Argentina is the seventh Ballon d'Or loading.
Like
What
seven
are
Ballon
your
d'Or is confirmed, I can say. Like last time, Luka Modric won. That thing I like most undeserving Ballon d'Or for me. After the World Cup, he was brilliant in World Cup, but after that, he wasn't really good for the next 6 months. So I don't know how like if they would have given to another Real Madrid player like Varane, it would be he would have was more
Actually,
deserving. So I think if it happens according to international performances, then Messi has already won it. The next 6 months doesn't matter. And I think if what kind? Okay, I can say that Ronaldo has been wearing number seven for all of his career to signify Messi's seven Ballon d'Or for all these days.
Wow.
all right? There is no consideration for, of course, this is coming from a Bayern fan. No consideration for Lewandowski who has broken a record, so that won't be considered. What do you guys think?
Like the national team, what can I say? Ballon d'Or have always but has been biased on national team performances. The national performance, the national trophy that offers most of the time the player from that section has won. And obviously, what you can say that from the years, I am a big Messi fan, but I can say that Ballon d'Or has always been a little bit Ronaldo and Messi bias. There have been players like Ribery who should have won ahead of Ronaldo and Schneider who should have won ahead of Messi. So all
absolutely.
that's the thing.
And
And yeah,
we also discussed this last day, like how Ballon d'Or in a lot of ways is a sham, and like there can't be one good player in a calendar year. So even if Lewandowski doesn't win, it won't be fully fair for him. But I still think that it's not clear for Messi because we still have 5 months left, and both of them have won trophies this season. Obviously, Lewandowski hasn't done that great for his national team, but then again, it's Poland.
yeah,
Uh, so
I think
if
Lewandowski had a better shout previous season than this season.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, previous
When
season
they
he
won the
was
treble.
unplayable. Previous season he was
they
actually wrong by
won
not
the sextuple. Yeah,
yeah, like FIFA didn't even no one was given the Ballon d'Or, so it was like a robbery on Lewandowski. He absolutely deserved it
Absolutely.
last season.
Absolutely.
Uh, like in this season, in terms of pure goal scoring output, Lewandowski is ahead. But if we combine goal scoring with assists, Messi is ahead in that zone. So let's see how rest of the 5 months go.
absolutely. That yes, Ballon d'Or to some extent, and at the end of the day, we also mentioned last time it depends on voting, so we can't really say that. Like sometimes it's legit, sometimes it's not. How Gattuso says it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's cheap. So Shomadeep Sarkar says would love to see Harry Kane dropping and distribute to the two wide forwards like the English equalizer in the semi-final. Thoughts?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've already mentioned while I was talking about the England tactics that England can use Hurricane's ability, Hurricane's physical ability. He also does that in Tottenham, dropping deep and spreading the balls for the likes of Son and the other white players. So that's a pattern we have also seen in the last few matches. So and England can actually use that more. I mean, if Harry Maguire has a great ability of sneaking those balls from defense, so he can find the likes of Hurricane, and Hurricane can easily flick those balls with his head for the wide forwards to run into, or maybe he can receive the ball by facing the goal line of Italy and looking for other options to run into, and then going into the central zones to wait for a cross or a pass and to score. So he can be the link up player to take other wide forwards into the build up, and as they are not, they will not have much of a winger. I mean, on the right side of the channel. So Mount is not a winger, so Mount will sneak into the center spaces. So Trippier's ability to get into the right channel will be crucial. I mean, his crosses will be crucial. That will be the only source of England's attack from the right side.
But I don't
Yeah.
think that crosses will be really much effective against Italy. Same
Eh,
for Italy. Crosses will be not effective against England also because of Harry Maguire.
Are you sure? I mean, if you remember that against Austria, uh, Alaba was winning headers. Alaba was winning headers. Alaba, I don't know. Yeah, it was Di Lorenzo. It was a gap between Di Lorenzo and Bonucci. There was a cross from the right flank. Uh, Alaba won the header and he uh, laid the ball for the that's Bonatovic and he finished it. But it was unfortunately an offside.
Yeah, but
So
the
there,
thing that's
there
the
are
same
certain
tactic.
gaps. There are certain gaps in Italy's defense.
But the thing that Mancini really filled up the gap, that particular gap against Belgium. Belgium were trying to exploit that thing only, but they were not at all successful.
Absolutely.
De Bruyne was
Yeah.
trying that only.
Even Spain had to like overload midfield because they failed their crossing options. Because Spain's most of Spain's chances previously before the Italy match had been created through crosses or from the flanks, but against Italy, like they found all those channels closed, and the only place they could progress somewhat was through midfield. So like it is a given that Italy are going to be sturdy defensively. So, like if Italy decide on playing defensively, it's going to be tough for England. If Italy like make it an open game, it might go either way. But if Italy like decide to sit back and defend, I think we are in for a very boring final. Like
And a
on
penalty shootout.
yeah,
yeah,
I love penalties, but
probably so.
I do want to see some action for 120 minutes as well.
Absolutely.
Uh,
I
Don't want that.
personally I want
Have an
two
office
things.
tomorrow.
Yeah, same here.
Us,
Personally, I
us
want two
moment.
things. Yeah, first is like it's already been mentioned how brilliant Mason Mount has been, and
yeah,
like Mason, I think for a long time he was underappreciated. Even he had a great season with Derby under Frank, and after that in Chelsea he wasn't appreciated enough because he was doing before also what he has done last season, but he was in the flank he was not as good, but still he was getting output for Chelsea, but still he wasn't appreciated much. And I really feel happy when players like get the appreciation they deserve. So I feel happy for Mount, and I wish he puts his best game on. And also, the people that know me must know that I'm a big admirer of Marcus Rashford for his both his on-field and off-field work. So I hope
yes,
he comes on as a sub. And in 2018, actually, I remember this because Harry Kane dropping deep was mentioned. So like in 2018, we could see see this a lot, that Harry Kane would drop deep and feed those balls into Rashford, who drifted in from the flanks. So this is what one scene. Even though I'm supporting Italy, this is one scene I want to see, like Rashford and Harry Kane combining together.
Oh, thank you,
Talking
and
mate.
about
maybe
Thank you,
you'll
mate.
see
talking.
that
That
in the Premier League as well.
Okay,
yeah,
so
maybe.
talking about
And
uh,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, talking about underappreciated Chelsea players. What about Jorginho?
Jorginho.
Like
Uh,
there has been a form. Like I really want to fill up that form, apology form of about Jorginho and send it to him personally.
I mean, like
yeah, he
a
has
lot
been
of
through a lot.
I mean, a lot of players trolled him, and like a lot of fans trolled him, and even a lot of Chelsea fans were ridiculing him.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
uh, I,
including me.
Yeah, here's
I,
one.
I said this last day too. Like they called Sarri a madman when Sarri brought in Jorginho from Napoli. Like many people were surprised with the signing, but we have seen what he can do. So kudos to him as well.
Absolutely. Let's compare the two teams now. Shan, just you can go ahead.
Okay, so in goal scored, England, Italy has scored 12, England has 10. And this stat, it is not given here, is goal conceded. England has conceded, we all know that they have conceded only one goal, and Italy has conceded only three goals. So both the team are defensively very solid. Again, then there is expected goals. Italy is ahead of England in expected goals, as obviously because one of the reason because they've scored more goals. And the thing is that Italy, surprisingly, like if I would have said this to my younger self that Italy has been more attacking side than England, then I wouldn't have believed it. But it's the truth for this Euro. Italy has been surprisingly very much attacking, unlike their predecessors. Then post shot XG. This shows that England is 1.5 and Italy is 5.3. In if 1.5 post shot, they have faced like England has considered only one, but the thing is, Pickford has faced only 1.5 shots per game. So we can say that his performance is not that good. But when we go for Donnarumma, he has been facing 5 shots per matches, and he has considered only three. So this shows that Donnarumma has a really good season, good campaign in Euro campaign. Shot creating actions again. These stats are something like no one would have believed if these were shown 5 or 6 years ago. Italy has created 173 shot creating actions. That's insane numbers, and England is almost half of that. That shows how good Italy is, and one of the big reasons why Southgate is opting for a three back today. Yeah. Okay. Now, goal creating actions are almost same. Both are equally effective, 17 and 18. Successful pressures is also same almost. We can say we have seen that both the team are really good pressing, and we have seen that England pressing very well Germany and completely destroying their midfield. And one of the reasons was not absence of a holding midfielder. And Italy
Right.
has always been really good pressing and winning positions. Interceptions 96 and 82 interceptions. Like England, I think
Pretty
the most
close.
interceptions, both of them. I think Calvin Phillips is the one for England who has most interceptions, and Jorginho for Italy. No, I don't think. I think I'm confusing this one. Like Jorginho has 21 total interceptions, and second highest is Kante, 14. And this shows like how good Jorginho has been. But still, this shows that out of 82, 22 interceptions of Jorginho only made. So we can say that other English players are good in interceptions than other Italian players. Key passes also or 87. One of the main big reason for this number of high key passes is Italy's Verratti. Verratti has been really crucial after the third group stage match, and obviously Mancini hasn't dropped him. Progressive passes also Italy is higher. So this shows like from the stats we can see almost every attacking stat of Italy is way higher than England, and but England is very good defensively, and they're going three back with one of the I think the best. I mentioned earlier, Harry Maguire has been the best defender of this week.
While
Absolutely.
listening to
Yeah.
Doctor's commentary, I mean, I sometimes feel like it's England versus Georgino rather than England
All
versus England.
right. Might be. Might be. You never know. Anything can happen. At the end of the day, it's played on the ground. Let's take a few comments and then we slowly head towards
I mean,
predictions. Yeah, Nila, go ahead.
if I can say something like he mentioned, England versus Jorginho. Uh, if Jorginho had fans like Leo Messi had fans, we might see some photo of Jorginho being surrounded by four England players, and people would
Volunteers.
say that they need four players to stop Jorginho. That sort of thing might be seen today because Jorginho is that kind of the player. He drops deep and creates those chances. So like he is pretty important for Italy.
Absolutely.
Everyone is
I'd
a
agree.
Jorginho fan right now.
Now, yeah, now, at the moment, yes. Well, wasn't the case a couple of weeks back, but now definitely. Let's head to the comment section. Gaming channel third bracket PES. Do you remember me? I am from DPS Newtown AIFF Baby League. I was taken interview by you, Abhishek sir. Okay.
Abhishek sir, wow.
So I hope of course, by the name of your channel, I can't say who you are, but yeah, of course, I hope you're playing hard and working hard on the pitch. Like, hope to see you soon again. Oishit says, I think Grealish will come on as a sub and have a super impact, and that may win them the game. Grealish is a player like that. What are your thoughts on this?
Absolutely, he has already done that against the likes of Germany, so he can replicate that again as well. Apart from Grealish, you might seem that I am a bit biased toward Marcus Rashford. I have a dream
Yes,
that
you are.
Marcus
Yes,
Rashford
you are.
is coming and scoring that winning goal in this particular tournament. So
Ian
that
Miller
would be
also won that.
this has already been a dream Sunday for me, and I would like my another dream coming true today. So let's see what happens.
You probably dream of Marcus Rashford winning the World Cup with an arms band, I think. Probably you've dreamt it someday.
Yeah, why not? I mean, he is already one of the best players in the world, best young players alongside Mbappe. So why not doing that feat again?
Oishit says if England allows Luis Enrique's tactical brilliance and their scorer score, their chance, the chances Italy will be in trouble. Big time.
Why will England follow Luis Enrique's tactical brilliance? They have tactical brilliance to coach themselves. Why are they
Yeah,
going to
two
follow
different set
Luis
of
Enrique?
teams. And like Spain's strength was the creativity of midfielders, and like England's main strength is the creativity they have down the flanks with Shaw, and like their main creative player is like Dotto said is Mount. Mount is going to be playing centrally, but then again very different attributes if you compare England and Spain, and that is why the coaches are rated so highly, because each coach brings in something different. You can't say
It's
that
like
two contemporaries are like one is going to take uh, following others tactical brilliance.
it's a North Pole and South Pole situation here.
Yeah, absolutely. And about his last comment about that Grealish having an impact, I think like that is why this is a Euro final. Both teams have that bench strength, and both teams have got impact subs for them. And if England has got Grealish, Italy has got Locatelli and Pessina, so
Yeah.
anything might happen.
Yeah, that's actually sums up. That's the reason, you know, this final matters a lot. Even though we just saw Brazil versus Argentina, but this final is actually has a huge potential to be very exciting.
I mean, after
Uh,
France, England, after France, Portugal, and France, Croatia in the last two major tournaments, two of the worst finals I've seen. So I hope this doesn't bore us to death. I just hope so.
Akash Vishwa says, will there be any post-tournament show? Then I'm gonna keep some questions for that. Most likely, we are going to have like not a post-match though, but a post-tournament, just to talk about the whole this tournament, both the tournaments, and how the important events panned out. So we might just have something like that.
Yeah, we can
Akash
discuss that later.
Biswas. Again, English fans are the worst, no doubt about that. I think that's a dig direct on Nandi.
Direct on Nandia.
Yeah.
No, not
Akash
really. He's
Biswas.
talking about the British fans, I guess.
I understand, but then there are some
Maybe. Yeah,
aspects.
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
In my
I can't
opinion,
deny that.
Messi should score 12 to 15 goals in all competitions after the season starts. That would keep him way ahead of Lewandowski then. All right. Yeah.
Whatever
Of
happens.
course,
I
considering
don't.
Lewandowski also doesn't keep scoring. Yeah. But let's say it's going to be a good battle in the next couple of months. Shomodeep Sarkar says, yes, Ovio, Nandiola just copied your tactical brain. Nandiola, all right. The new nickname that
Nandiola.
I've been made aware of.
Yeah, just he said Nandiola, I lost 3 or 4 hairs.
Oasis Bukaji says, local English fans or English media, who would you remove from the world of football?
Sergio
Local,
Ramos.
come on.
Good answer. No,
Uh,
actually good.
but now to choose between local English fans and English media, I'd say English media. Because media has a huge impact on how the fans behave and how fans are informed and how the fans react. It's
Absolutely.
just like an algorithm, just like how YouTube decides what you're going to watch and never decides to watch this, but this is good for you.
Yeah,
But
but the YouTube algorithm is too harsh on us. That's why
yeah,
it's not showing to the broader audiences.
exactly what the media does. They're going to show you
So the
what
shit
they
things.
want. They want you to
Yeah, the shit things
want
to the
you to
people,
see,
and
and then of course agitate a couple of fan bases and create these kind of news. This is a typical media thing, and of course, English medias are famous for that. These
Like
notorious things.
absolutely shit media. Sterling bought a house for his family, bought a
Yeah,
like,
Exactly, I remember that
and
one.
Marcus Rashford bought a house for his mother, and those things were never highlighted. And then Rashford is criticized in the English media. I don't know for what. Sterling is criticized for having a like AK-47 tattooed on his arm, like called a terrorist and stuff by the English media. So absolute worst media. Like I live in the country where Arnab Goswami belongs, but absolute worst media, English media.
I'm really happy that English media is more concerned about Rashford and Rashford, likes of Rashford, Foden, and Sterling. They haven't put their eyes on Mason Mount yet, and I don't want them to put it on.
They will. They will. At some point, every English player, be white or be black, everyone, even coaches, even everyone who is involved is going to be under the radar and under the gun of an English media. In a
Unless
career, if you're
you,
not, yeah,
yeah,
unless
like
you don't
unless
go
you are
that big.
connected to Spurs, unless you are connected to Spurs, I don't know why Spurs is the darling of English media. I don't know why.
because they
Maybe
don't
be
win.
the
In that
reason, but
sense, Arsenal should also be considered in for this particular position.
no,
Yeah,
but
who cares about them?
Arsenal fans actually, Arsenal has won stuff for a long time, and they made life difficult for United. And for a long time, their fans have been really unbearable. So, like Arsenal has gotten that hate from English media, and more so because Arsenal's United was successful with homegrown players. Arsenal's success was mainly based on players from France, Denmark, players from Scandinavian regions, players from Africa. So that is why Arsenal had their fair share of hatred before from the media.
Arsenal's own Arsenal was empty. So that shows. Akash Biswas says Shomyoda making up for his on-screen absence. Brilliant points. That's the magic of our panelists here. Don't need to be here to analyze things. Akash Biswas, Belgium also had the chances from crosses. Remember, Lukaku missed an open one and failed to meet another half chance.
Absolutely,
Brilliant point made.
absolutely, absolutely. That's what I
True.
was talking about. No, there will be chances. I mean, despite, I
Yes,
mean, when you are playing 90 minutes, there will be chances. One or two crosses can be undone by the defenders. So that's where the likes of Harry Kane can actually capitalize. And he has been that much of, I can say, a sharp shooter.
yeah,
Or so that's where he can pounce and get those balls, and he can score actually.
absolutely. Akash Biswas, you gonna demean Jorginho again after half season, Shan.
I'm making a Jorginho tattoo right on my forehead after today's match.
All right, we love to see that. Shomodeep Sarkar says 1-0 Italy. We'll be going into the predictions in 5 minutes, and we'll just take 2-3 comments more. And yeah, SK Rajibul Haq, Jorginho for Ballon d'Or, Nandida ने बोला है.
No, I
Nandida
didn't
ने
say
बोला
that.
है.
No, I didn't say that. The guy just below me said that, and he was
All right.
comparing him with Pirlo. So that's, you can see his charisma.
Oh
And the
yes, I
day,
remember that day.
yeah,
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 okay.
yeah, yeah. And the day I heard
No, no, a
Georgina against
mix of
Pirlo,
Pirlo
No, but George.
and Zidane, I guess.
oh
Whom
my
did you
god!
mention?
No, no,
And
no, no.
that
I didn't
from
mention
that day,
that.
and from that day, I
Only
decided
Pirlo.
I should not. Yeah, now he's saying that yes, he has compared him with Pirlo. That's what
Yeah, but
I wanted to hear on
he has
live
kept my
TV.
face.
My
He
goodness,
hasn't put me
my
down.
goodness. You know, you can see everything in this show.
Yeah,
Georgino
you
being
can.
compared with Pirlo.
Yeah,
So
of
that's what
course.
I guess fans will stick to this show more from next season
Yeah,
to
they
see
can
such
relate more.
exclusive
We are
content.
not we are openly biased about our teams. Always we are. I'm here as a Bayern fan, as a Germany fan, not as a panelist. Same goes for all of you. We just do the analysis and talk about football in a logical way, but we also keep our emotions in it. So
Do we need a Real
that
Madrid fan?
I think I can get one. I in the season I think I'll get a few. I'll get even Man City fans as well.
Ah,
But then
they don't exist. That was a lie.
they do. Trust me, they do. Uh, Feasty, today's show is the best till date, as expected from Touchline. The final show of the international season has been the best one, waiting for Touchline to cover the club season. Thank you for all the kind words. And thank you for being one of the most important aspects of the show and
We'll do
saving.
that if you keep Bruno Fernandes as your FPL captain for whole season.
I'm sure he will. VC says for prediction, Italy 0, England 2 with Sterling Kane scoring. All right, so these two are not scoring. And Italy, his score lines used to match, but the players, they don't match. But let's see what happens.
I lost the access of Steam here. Otherwise, I would have blocked him before commenting this.
Yes, and this guy has been previously blocked by you.
Yeah.
Thank Akash Biswa. Thank you. Writing them down, more excitement. Also, that wasn't for Nandi. He's a dumb. He's dumb. Never a threat. That was for the English fans abusing everyone here and there. I don't know how you will take this as a compliment that it was not directed at you, but he's also saying that you're dumb. So it's on you. I'm not going to judge here.
Oh,
Uh,
I guess he just forgot to see the mirror today, so that's why he's saying that. Otherwise, it's okay.
oh, all right. Shian Swarnaka says, "Yo, you said 15 minutes." All right.
Yeah, it's calling.
Yeah.
Your
But the
calling is
show
coming.
must go on.
Yeah.
Shobhadeep Sarkar says, France and employment exchange is Arsenal.
Wow.
Why?
I
Why?
mean, in the past, it was in the
Why,
past when
why,
Wenger was there.
why is Arsenal playing in the Premier League? That is the one side who, after being named as the Premier League, that is one side who was never relegated, or were they ever relegated ever in the English league?
No,
No,
I
I
don't
guess
think
that's the
so.
only team. Or I think they were relegated at some point, or they started off. Oh, maybe they weren't relegated, but they started off from the bottom up. But then, uh,
I guess
what a
they
team!
have not been relegated, as I know.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have been the only Premier League side which have not been relegated.
Like
Uh,
I
that,
can't
that,
remember them being relegated, but Arsenal obviously has had a great impact in the world of football, at least tactically, with Herbert Chapman. So, like one of the earliest minds in
yeah.
tactics. So, it
And
like
you
we
know,
can say,
someone just commented on the previous show that I guess Mr. Bishwas commented that we have an Arsenal fan here in the form of Miller, so you can see that coming in this show.
Yeah,
no, no,
back
it's
then, Arsenal used to be a football club, man. Also during the Wenger arena. Now it's in shambles. The
Yeah,
club is
absolutely,
almost dead.
absolutely.
no ambition, nothing.
Oishit Mukherjee says Kane brace incoming and best player of the tournament for me is Pedri. Best young player, Pedri, no doubt. If he's not getting it, that particular trophy is a scam. I can say that.
And we have already discussed that, and I guess all the panelists have agreed to that. So there's
Yes.
no second thought to it.
XX
But
Godspeed.
who do you think will win the best player? That's a big point.
Hmm,
I think it's
that's a
debatable.
good one.
Like if Italy wins, it should be like
Incident.
Jorginho, Insigne, or Chiesa, but
Yeah.
Jorginho is a bit clearer ahead. And
Yeah.
if England wins, in terms of like their best player has been Luke Shaw. In terms of overall capacity, Luke Shaw has been their best player, but I think Sterling would get it because he scored the goals, and in these
Yeah.
tournaments, the direct impact is counted more while giving the award. So I think
Right.
If England wins, Sterling might get.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed. No doubt. XX Godspeed says it's going Rome. All right.
I guess it's going home or coming home rather.
I think so. Romit Sen Gupta says we'll miss Shayan Datta shit talks.
No,
All right.
absolutely
We have
not.
a fan of Shayan here.
We
That's the
will be
best part
back.
of the show. Akash Biswa says that's the best part of the show. You guys don't wear masks, free flowing analysis and discussion. Yes. And Somadip Sarkar says act a closure clap, hook, please, for a great series before we leave the touchline for this tournament pre-match. All right. Vishnu Ness says this is going to penalties. Kane will screw up. I don't know about the Kane screwing up part, but the as you said, this is going to penalties. I want this. I really want some penalties today.
No
Kane is
man, no.
many things, but he doesn't screw up.
Yeah,
Like he didn't screw up, but like if we
Tottenham did.
if we judge big penalties and like big stage penalties, like the biggest of players have always screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even we saw Mbappe missing a crucial penalty and watching his side just fall out of the tournament. It happens
Mbappe
to
missed
every
it.
big player.
Mbappe missed it. Messi misfired 2 times. Ronaldo failed to take like he was the fifth player and he failed to get that chance to take penalty 2 or 3 times. Someone as legendary as Roberto Baggio
Yeah.
missed a penalty. So a lot of players, great players that have screwed up in the big stage. So anything can happen.
Yes.
You can't predict penalties. In penalties, anything
Even
can happen.
Modric also missed a penalty in World
Yeah,
Cup. I think
yeah,
in uh,
I don't remember the particular match.
And Ronaldo
yeah
also
in
missed it.
Yeah,
Ronaldo missed in UCL final.
yeah, with Manchester United. Next, I'm gonna kill Feasty if he makes Bruno captain in FPL for more than 2 consecutive weeks. As for Nandi, he's always some steps behind me. All right.
Yeah, some steps behind me. Of course, I mean I can't match your dumbness.
Good banter going on. Oisid Mukherjee says Raheem Sterling and Luke Shaw the MVP of the tournament. All right. Next comment, we're going to take this last comment and we'll go straight into predictions. SK Rajbul Haq says Nandida with Pep's hair joke was lit, and don't worry, Rashford will score tonight. Thanks, Doc. All right. So let's head to the predictions. Let's start with the English fan today,
No,
Nandi.
why don't you start? I want you to start today.
All right. I'll say, realistically speaking, I think 2-0 for England. They're going to win. Sterling getting on the score sheet and Harry Kane getting on the score sheet. But what I want is
Penalty.
a 2-2 goals and 2-2 goal score and 120 minutes and then penalties. I as one, none of my favorite teams are involved. I want some excitement, and I also want England to lose, considering what their fans have done. I want their fans, not you, Nandi, not you. Those bastards who were there on the in the stadium, those bastards who were tweeting about and making fun of a little German girl who was crying and who was sad because her favorite team lost, was her national team lost. So if you're and booing during the national anthem, so if you're doing these kind of pulling these kind of crap, then you don't deserve to be a football fan, and I hope they pay for it. And if
English
England
fan
losing
actually paid for that. They raised 20 lakhs, I think, for the German
20,
curl line.
26,000 26,000 K for no, just
26,000.
26,000 rupees, 26,000 pounds. So they paid just that amount, and even not the fans paid it. It was paid by the English national football team. So it doesn't make
I
sense
thought the
to me.
English fans paid for that.
No,
like but it makes no sense. Like here's some money because we beat your team and made you cry. Like I've cried so many times. Like even in the stadium watching East Bengal matches, I've cried so many times. So like, where's my money? So you
yeah,
know,
that doesn't happen. So if England losing actually makes them feel like shit, then I'm up for it. No offense to anyone else who is actually genuinely supporting England, but those bastards need to be taken care of. That would be my part of the story. Let's move ahead with Nandi.
Yeah, I mean, as I already said yesterday, also that I'm also getting a positive vibe in this particular match as well for some certain reasons,
Yeah.
which I will. I mean, my friends know that. So going, I'm gonna match your prediction, 2-0 for me,
All
but the
right.
scorers will be a bit different from my side. For me, it will be the likes of Grealish and Rashford.
All right. Okay. Nilay?
I think it would be nil-nil or 1-1. England has more chance of scoring, but it would probably be 1-1 and then uh, go off to penalties.
All right.
And who's gonna win? Be honest, who's gonna
Penalties,
win?
it's anybody's game. You can't really say who's gonna win because penalties, it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
Italy does okay. Like if we go by stats, then I think no team has won in knockout tournaments like consecutive penalty shootouts. I think so. So if we go by that stat, if it goes to penalties, then England has a better chance of winning.
Yeah, right. Shan.
Mm, 3-0 for Italy. Chiesa brace. Jorginho scoring a penalty.
All right. I hope
First,
that
he was, I
happens.
mean, there have been some certain pause. First, he was trying to get into a normal mode. Then he thought, oh, I'm a German fan. I have to get to my biasness.
No,
Then he made the predictions.
no, it's completely for fantasy. Chiesa is my captain. That's why.
All right. I think we can wrap up now. It's 5 minutes to kick off. It has been a great show, guys,
Before
and
we
it
wrap
has
up,
been a great season. Yeah. Milad.
before we wrap up, I would like to say something like I have been a part of this show. Like, you guys were there from before I joined late, but it has been a great experience, and I'm glad that we are extending. Nandita announced, so it would be exciting to cover those matches, and we would be looking to bring up interactive, great content for you guys in the future. And for these
Absolutely.
past few matches, we panelists have got our due credit from like shout outs in the comment section. Also, thank you for that. But I would like to obviously give Quadcoba team Bodhi and Abhishek a big shout out. Abhishek has been a
Thank you.
like great host for us. He's
Absolutely.
always calm, and he's taking these banters lightly, and he knows when to channel things and when to ignore stuff, even in the comments. So he has done a great work, and even Bodhi has been supporting him from the back end very well. So kudos to both of them.
Yeah, it's just not us. It's the whole team, whole collaboration with the Tactics Show and Stat Attack, which actually made the show so likable and getting such loyal viewers every day, every show. So it's a teamwork, and football is a game where individual talent doesn't matter to me, but the
Absolutely.
teamwork always matters to me. So that's what this is, and I hope we four or these three organizations. It's not just us three. It's the viewers as well, as we call them the 11th man, 12th man. So they are that for us, and hopefully things are going to stay like that in this coming season. All right.
I want to say like a big cheer to Romit and Orindam. They're the main
Absolutely.
pillars behind
Absolutely.
all the stats that you are seeing.
Brilliant, brilliant. So, as I say on every show, this is a collaboration between the Tactics Show and Stat Attack. For Tactics Show, if you want proper analysis, in-depth analysis of teams, particular players, movements, and all these things, the Tactics Show is the place to go to, and the link is there in the description. And if you want crazy kick-ass stats, what I call, and hardcore stats, heat maps, proper XGs, and the charts that we usually use, everything is made by Stat Attack. So the link is again given in the description. Go check them out. And it's 2 minutes to kick off. We've done the prediction. This is the last show, officially the last show of this particular season. It has been a great season for all of us. So, guys, let's wrap this up now. And thank you for all the viewers. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Thank you,
Bye bye.
BWL.